I'm Stephen Foskett from Gestalt IT, and I am here at Flash Memory Summit in Santa Clara, California. We are looking at some of the industry efforts that are being formed to advance not just flash storage, but all aspects of the computing experience. And one of the coolest things, if you listen to the Gestalt IT News Rundown, you've heard me talk about this, and if you listen to the Utilizing CXL podcast, you heard me talk about this. But one of the coolest things that's happening in the industry right now is the UCIe effort. And I am thrilled to be here with Brian Rea, who is the work group co-chair for UCIe. Is that right?
For the marketing working group, yep.
Okay. So as the marketing working group person, maybe you can do it justice better than me. What is UCIe?
Great. So it's the Universal Chiplet Interconnect Express, that's the acronym. And so we are a consortium that is really trying to rally the industry around an open standard for chiplets, interconnects, and standardizing a whole stack and things that will help people to enable their products and really take advantage of, as you said, a really big trend that's coming in the industry.
So I think we need to focus in here then. You said chiplets. What is a chiplet?
Good question. So a chiplet in my definition would be, you could think of it as a die. So what we're talking about really is what people are doing today in one big die, where you're integrating different capabilities, different IPs that you're designing or acquiring, and then going and building that product into a die and packaging it up. Things are changing, and so whether it's for cost or design reasons or manufacturing reasons or the process you want to use, you may not want to do that all on just one die anymore. So the chiplet would be basically smaller dies where we're breaking up that design into different chiplets, different dies, and then being able to connect those together. And UCIe is what's going to help people connect those together.
Yeah. So what we're talking about here, just if I can translate a little bit for people who aren't in the chip industry. So a microchip, the thing you think of as a microchip is really a package. It's got the pins, it's got the case around it, you put the heat sink on it to cool it, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Inside there, everybody I think knows that there's a silicon chip. But throughout history, that's always been one chip in there, and there's wires that kind of go up and connect to the chip, and that's that. What you're talking about is a trend that's been happening in the industry quite a lot, which is that we're actually having more than one little chiplet inside that package. And this is already in production. There's already a lot of chips out there that are made up of multiple chiplets. And what you're talking about with UCIe is basically making a standard that would allow you to combine multiple chiplets of different types or even from different manufacturers on the same chip. And that is actually pretty cool because it reminds me almost of how computers are built right now, where you've got like the processor and the GPU and the IO boards and the storage and all that, and they're all connected with PCIe. Now UCIe and PCIe, they kind of rhyme. What's going on with that?
There might be some connections historically there. Yeah. So I mean, a lot of the companies. So I work for Intel as my normal job in an ecosystem enablement organization. A lot of the reasons why we are supporters of open standards and why the companies that are rallying around UCIe are many of the companies that have seen the success of so many other open standards in hardware and software for that matter. But UCIe, so we're connecting chiplets and bringing things that used to be different chips or different cards and taking those capabilities so that you could put them on a package. And so there are layers to the stack all the way from the wires that are involved in hooking these things together up through the protocols and the software. And one of the things that UCIe does allow people to do is to leverage other standards like PCIe and CXL as the way to leverage the designs and the architecture that you're already familiar with today in the system, and just bringing it on and leveraging that for connecting your chiplets together. And beyond PCI and CXL, there are ways to do this where you can use other industry standards, kind of leveraging it, or maybe even still want to do some proprietary things. But UCIe is built in a layered way so that you can take the pieces that that you need, and then you can still innovate to whatever your design architecture is, on top of that.
And what's the status of UCIe today? So it's third quarter 2023. Is there a standard? Are people using it? Is this shipping? Where are we at with this product?
Great question. So it has been a wild year. We just announced UCIe last year. So we released the 1.0 specification. So we have been building membership up. We're at over 100 member companies. One of the exciting things about UCIe is both the leadership on the board of directors and the member companies that we have are a cross section of the industry. So we've got foundries that make chips, people who package chips, computer companies like my company, end customers like cloud service providers and automotive manufacturers, all coming together to rally around this and advance this standard. And so what was exciting and timely to FMS is we just announced the next revision of the specification, the 1.1 specification. So that just came out this week, time to FMS, and continues the progress as we are responding to the exciting ideas that people have, improving the specification and moving forward. As far as products go, a little early for that yet, although a lot of the things that are behind UCIe are already in products. You mentioned there are products on the market that use chiplets, and there are some of those technologies are already in there. And moving forward, what you'll see, you're hearing from some companies here, and you can come to our website and learn more about the activity that different member companies have. We're in the process of seeing like the IPs being designed, and people are in the process of putting their UCIe-based product roadmaps together.
That's great, and I think that long term, I think this is going to be a really cool thing, because just like we see in the rest of the IT industry, where it's a very collaborative space with lots of different companies bringing together lots of different products and creating a solution that does something cool, we're going to see that in the chip thanks to UCIe, and I just can't wait to connect with Brian here again and have you say, guess what? That cool new thing that just came out, that's built around UCIe. Another thing that I'm really going to be looking forward to, and I think that UCIe will lead to, is a lot of custom chips for specific purposes. So you mentioned automotive. Imagine you're a car company, you're trying to put together a self-driving system, and you're saying, man, I wish I had a chip that had this number of cores, this kind of GPU, maybe a TensorFlow accelerator, but all these things come from different companies, they're manufactured in different plants, they have different process nodes. Wouldn't it be amazing if we could put them all together on one chip? Well, now they can, and I think that that's just amazing. So what I'm looking forward to, and what I think is going to happen with UCIe, is I think we're going to start seeing some very cool custom chips that combine some very cool features. I also think we're going to start seeing some custom chips from vendors that you've heard of, some of the big names in the IT industry, where they have a CPU that does the things that they need for that specific product, whether it's a server or a storage or networking product. And I think that that's going to be a really powerful thing for the industry as well. So I really appreciate what you guys are doing. Thank you for the update, and I can't wait to get another update from you. So where can people learn more about UCIe and connect with you?
Yeah, please come check out our website, www.uciexpress.org. And so we've got a lot of information. You can sign up, get the spec. You can read some member information about companies that are members, what they're doing, some exciting blogs. We're just continuously adding content there. Look for us on social media. We're on LinkedIn and Twitter. And last but not least, keep coming and visiting us at these shows.
Yep.
We like talking to you and helping you explore the world of chiplets.
Excellent. Chiplets, everybody. Chiplets.